All right, y'all. Welcome back. We are back with another one. Back with the after show from yesterday's card. Oh, appreciate it, Lolita with the 20 spots. She said, "Salute combo. Thanks for all that you do." Oh yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lolita. Sink, what's up? Colostrum, what's going on? He said, I like this intro beat. You should use it more often. Yeah, I like this beat. It kind of fits the mood for the day. You know, definitely fits the mood for the day, man. Kind of a chill moment, laid back. Cause I just pulled that one up. I was like, you know what? Dang, that one. I'm still use my original, but that one there, I might have to use that more often. Yeah, yeah. That beat battle. We'll battle insomnia real quick. Yeah. All right. So Lolita said Lee didn't do enough, and Barber ain't going anywhere. How do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all think? I know Lee didn't do enough, but do you think Barber's not going anywhere? What do y'all think about that? So yeah, man. First off, I just want to say it was a good fight, man, and to me, it adds to the flair of the flyweight division. To me, you know what I mean? Like this fight didn't didn't do any damage. The decision to me didn't do any damage to any upcoming fight between Barber and anybody else or Lee and anybody else. To me, like I said, it's an unpopular opinion, but I still think that this fight could have went either way. And I see where Andrea Lee let it slip. If Barber would have lost, I would have said, okay, I see where she let it slip because both of them were, to me, doing a lot of one thing and not enough of another. If that makes sense to y'all. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like both of them were doing a lot of one thing, but not enough of anything else. So it was kind of like a tug of war. It was just that's really what it was. It was like a tug of war. They both had their strategy, but neither one of them was really like capitalizing. I mean, if you want to say Andrea Lee had maybe the better strategy just to take it home, maybe she did. But when it came down to it, like it wasn't like she was perfect throughout the whole fight. She didn't do anything perfect and she didn't do anything dominant to make me say she was robbed. Like they almost robbed Sandhagen, right? They almost robbed Corey. Like one judge had Cheeto winning the fight. That was ridiculous to me. But this fight here, to me, it was just like, okay, you know what you do. You know what you're supposed to do. Andrea Lee's been here before. She's been on the end of these type of decisions. You know what I mean? Like she's been here, so she should know where do we step it up and we got to go for a finish or we got to do something that looks impressive to these judges. Takedowns are good, but like what you going to do with it? Are you going to do any more than just the ground control? The simple ground control. Like Macy was just doing too much damage to me to let all that go unnoticed, right? So to me it was a good fight, like it was good to. And like I said, it was both of them doing their thing, but not trying to step out of the box. So the decision didn't really ruin it for me because I think when it came down to it was a hard decision to make. But a 30-27 was ridiculous, though. Like nobody was dominant and nobody clearly swept anybody in this fight to me. Let me see. Is Barber still going to 115 after this? I don't think she needs to. I don't think she needs to go to 115. She really doesn't look like a 115er now. Again, like fight night, she looked like a full-fledged flyweight. She didn't look like a strawweight to me. That weigh-in, of course, that might have sold it to me at first, but nah, she still looks like a flyweight. Hmm, she might fit in the way her striking was looking, much improved, but um, I don't think she can handle like ground game from Wei Lee and who else? Even Rose might give her trouble on the ground. I don't know, man. Like Barber was looking a little. I won't say she was completely lost, but she didn't look great off of her back. Like she was trying. She was always fighting, but she was getting taken down too easy. I mean, what do y'all think? Like 5 out of 5 takedowns? Andrew Lee had 5 out of 5 takedowns. That kind of tells us something, right? Like she never had any. She never had any type of game plan to stop these takedowns after like the second one. Like she didn't make any type of adjustments for real, you know. So on that, Macy did almost lose the fight. She could have lost that fight, and if it would have went that way, then I was okay. It was her fault. It was her fault. Who do you think Barber should fight next? I think Barber needs to fight. She could get a Lauren Murphy or a Caitlin Chikagian next, just to really test her striking, and even see if her ground game can improve in another camp. Fight Lauren Murphy. If Lauren Murphy gets you down and you can't get up, then we really got a problem, right? Lauren Murphy, Chikagian. Shoot. I like to see her fight Arujo. Honestly, after that performance from Macy, she looked well improved from some of the other fights, but I don't know, man. I think if I don't know. I kind of want to say Ebos would beat her, but Ebos got to get by the power, man. Like Ebos might have a good game plan on the ground to beat Barber, but she's got to get by the power. I think so. James said only reason why Lee could have won is because of the multiple takedowns. Barber landed better shots. I agree, man. Like she landed better shots. Lolita said she was kicking the air. She was, man. Like I went into this prediction saying Andrea Lee had a better technique, and boy, did she fool me wrong. I mean, either that or she was just too weary of the power of Macy, because Macy was measuring her distance well in this fight. She was making Andrea Lee miss, man. Like I don't know if it was because she was throwing a lot of the same kicks or those naked kicks, but to me they were quick. But Macy was on her game when it came to her stand up, man. She was like making her just hit air, and Macy was the one closing distance and connecting in this fight. I mean, Andrea landed some good punches. She had Macy Barber leaking, but she was kicking a lot of air. Like Andrea Lee, I thought would have the head kick advantage here, but nah, man, she was the one getting outclassed on the feet. So she just kept going for it. Like she kept going for them takedowns because she was like, I can't win this stand-up battle. And that was crazy. Yeah, Barber has a lot of options, in my opinion, like below options, like in her area or below. But like I'm not trying to push Barber up past Chikagian. Yeah, Lolita said Chikagian. Yeah, Chikagian's a good fight. That's where it stops. Like no higher than that. Like you ain't, she ain't taking on Blanchfield. She can't handle that yet. She can't take Manon on yet. Watch this. You know what? Lolita said they have an agenda for her. You know what? Don't be surprised if we get Macy Barber versus Tyler Santos, y'all. Because Tyler's been kind of quiet. And she ain't had no fight in a while. And they might try to push Macy Barber as the next one up there in the top 5. Don't be surprised if they make that fight. I'm not saying I want it, but don't get shocked when you hear that fight announcement, because they might try to do something like that. They might try to put Macy Barber in there with Tyler Santos. They was about to do it with Aaron. They might do it. They might just do that fight. Yeah, it's not a bad fight. It's definitely not a bad fight. But it would be kind of like a shocker, like there's other fights to make. But seeing as how they did to Aaron, and now that now that Macy's on a 3-fight win streak, they might try to do something like that. Mastermind said that photo on the right is funny. Oh yeah, it's funny if you picked right? If you got that prediction, it is funny. I mean, it for good reason, right? Y'all got that one. Colton said Macy versus Arujo would be a good fight. Yeah, that's a good fight. I still think Macy's a much better 3-round fighter than Arujo. Macy versus Maya. Yeah, that's not a bad fight. I originally said that the winner of I almost forgot about that. Yeah, because I said the winner of the fight last weekend versus the winner of this one would make sense. And I think I would pick Maya in that fight. Wouldn't be easy, but I think Jennifer Maya might pull that fight out. Macy wouldn't sign that contract to fight Tyler. I don't know now. Macy Barber is you know, she got a good resume, when it comes down to it. I think if she wanted to get to that belt, she would take that fight. Because if she turned that down, they make her fight down, man. Like, or they could give her Chikagan, though. They could give her Chikagan, but I would not be surprised if they did the Tyler fight, just seeing as how Tyler hasn't been busy. James said Macy has good pop on her punches when she goes on the attack. She can do well depending against who. Yeah. I was impressed with her hands in this fight. And even her body kicks. She definitely started measuring her range well in this one and was landing some nice body kicks, hitting the arms of Andrea Lee and splitting her guard. Almost got a stoppage. Could have got a stoppage in the second round, but shout out to Andrea. She took it to the ground and said, nope. Let's recover. she was hurt, but she bounced back. But yeah, I overall, man, I just couldn't really see it as a robbery. I mean, most of y'all in here, I don't think y'all think it was a robbery, right? I mean, seem like people outside of the channel that come by and say, ready to argue with me about it, they all say it's a robbery. But like, I think for the most part, most people don't think it is, right? Like, y'all seen this before. Y'all seen how Andrea Lee's coming up short in these decisions before. She's kind of like Angela Hill. Won't step on the gas, lets the moment slide too much. She won't stay committed. In this fight, she was doing some nice things, but she wasn't doing enough, man. Like, she just was not doing enough. So I can't get mad at this one, And it ain't nothing against her. I mean, because I thought she had beat Lauren Murphy a few years back. But this fight here, her striking game wasn't like it was back then. And I mean, you got to also give credit to Macy, because Macy was much more polished here. No shadow boxing. Yeah, they wanted her to break her arm. They wanted her to hit through the guard. They wanted her to go through the guard with them shots. And I have no problem with that, because, head kicks partially blocked still count. They still count. Yeah, no robbery. I didn't think it was a robbery. No robbery in the truest sense. I mean, to me, robberies are like the main event. The main event would have been a robbery if two judges gave it to Cheeto, right? That was a clear cut robbery in itself, just to give him. They robbed him of a unanimous decision. Let's put it that way. If y'all want a robbery, let's talk the main event. The main event was a robbery. They robbed him of a unanimous decision win. They gave him a split decision win. That was BS. I don't know what Cheeto was doing to win the fight. That was ridiculous. But this one here, when it's too close to call like this, like Colton said, she was being too hesitant. She wasn't letting it go. Closman said at least should have done some ground and pound. It's her own fault. Yeah. She had some nice control too, man. Like some nice side control. The way she was spread wide and had Macy's Barber just laid out. Macy could not get up. That was her opportunity to land elbows. It was Macy Barber that was working elbows, though. Macy was the one like coming up with up elbows and, trying to do damage. So every takedown she had, she was just like securing it, but for ground control, but she wasn't doing damage. That's why I say, when you really look at it, if you were a judge, what would you say? Barber's damage or Lee's control? Well, I got to go with the control. I mean, I got to go with the damage. I can't go with control. I got to go with damage, because Macy Barber's damage, it was much more pronounced to me. Even like how it was making Andrea Lee react. She was the one making her have to dive in for these takedowns to just kind of slow the fight down. She was the one landing a lot of good combinations and sequences here. Andrea Lee was the one kind of fighting behind her and missing a lot. So I think her damage and her effective striking was taking away a lot of what Angela could do. So her next bet was to go down to the ground and just kind of secure these takedowns. Yeah, she got 5 takedowns. Like I said, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But to me, I just thought her striking was much more effective, you know? J-Ball said no robbery, but I definitely think Lee won. I'm just happy I didn't bet because that decision would have infuriated me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't think she did in this case. I mean, however you want to say it, like I said in my video earlier, if Andrew Lee was announced the winner and I was kind of expecting that, I wouldn't have argued that. Zama said I don't like grappling. Oh, whatever you say. I mean, whatever you wanna say. I mean, if that's how you feel. I mean, like I said, I'm not arguing about it. I'm just giving you my points. But if you try to counter it, I'm just gonna ignore it because Macy got it. Deal with it. That's how I see it. I'm just giving you my point. So if you want to disagree with it, you can, but I mean, I'm not changing my mind on it. And I'm not gonna say it's a robbery, so I'm not gonna change my mind. Say, oh yeah, that was a robbery. When it was clearly a split decision, you know. Lee had great side control takedowns, pop up when taken down, but not enough ground and pound. No, not enough ground and pound. You know, just good side control. That's about it. You know, and Macy was still moving. Let's see. James said, yeah, you make a point, but Aaron's height was still higher. I guess they could book her against Barber. Anything is possible. Yeah. I really. Do I want to see that fight yet? Aaron versus Barber. It could make that fight. It would be interesting. Yeah, Aaron's hype is still higher. Yeah, because she's a good. She is good all around. I like how Zama said I don't like grappling. Whenever I favor Aaron Blanchfield, even over Grasso and most of these other fighters. You know what I mean? J Ball said Lee let Macy get to work when they were on the feet. Lee should have stayed within a grappling approach after seeing how much stronger and better she was in that realm instead of consistently standing. Right? I mean, that's the type of fight she should have chose instead of just shooting in for takedowns. Right? Why you just gonna keep going for takedowns instead of just turning it into a grappling fight? Like even whenever Macy Barber would close range, I would have loved to seen a tie clinch from her. Work that body a little bit on Macy. She landed a couple good strikes in like round 2, but she never went any more after. She ain't go after her anymore. Lolita says she was disappointed neither one of them dominated. Well, that's the thing. I really wasn't disappointed at that because I already went in this fight expecting, that type of performance. Good fight, but I'm not expecting either one of them to dominate at this point. The higher Macy Barber gets, she's not going to dominate. You know what I mean, Lolita? Like, she's not going to dominate at this point. She's still improving. And Andrea Lee, when has she ever dominated? You know what I mean? Like, she's that type of fighter that has a lot of skills, but is only going to give you some of what she feels like at the time. And I'm just being real. That's what it shows as far as her resume. So I wasn't disappointed. I enjoyed the fight, though. I thought it was a good fight for their levels, But no, I ain't expect any type of domination from these two, because that's what they do. They don't go all out like that. Like if it was Tyler versus one of these, yeah, they'd be dominant. If it was Manon against one of these two, it would have been dominant because they would have been taking over. They would have been trying to take over. But somewhere in the middle, somebody's gonna fall short in this fight. Barber's not in Santos's shape. Oh, and she's not in her league. Oh, my bad. Barber is not in Santos's league. No, not at all. Not at all. Who do you think is a good matchup for Ebos? Ebos versus Lauren Murphy, that's a good fight because it is a higher rank. is a high rank, and that'll move her closer to being to the top 5 and top 6, because I just think she's needed there more than Lauren Murphy is now. So give E-Boss Lauren Murphy. That's a good fight. Mastermind said Lee's best win was against Antonina. Yes, that's true. That's the only Shevchenko she'll probably ever beat and dominate. Yeah, that's true. And Calvillo, right? Those performances look really impressive. I mean, she made Calvillo quit in that fight because of the damage she was putting on her. But as the competition went stiff again, like Arujo and now Macy, she can't go in there and do the same type of things, you know? Yeah, most definitely, Lolita. Like they don't represent the up and coming talent. Like Macy does to a certain extent, but Andrea Lee doesn't. You know, there are better fighters out there, but there's still things they have to prove. Like Andrea Lee is still a test for these fighters that we think are better, you know, that are still coming up. Like Natalia Silva still needs a fighter. You know, Natalia Silva already fought 2 big grapplers. Let's see her fight a striker like this that can grapple as well and that can get takedowns, right? So some fighters, their time is kind of come and gone, but these fighters like Maya and Lee can still be a test for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Barber, I still think, you know, she is part of the up and coming talent because she can get better. She can get better because that's the difference between her and Lee. Barber still fights. Like she's improving and she'll fight. She's a 3-round fighter. She'll fight. You can't take that away from her. She's a tough fighter. You know, she will fight. She don't quit. J Ball said Macy can't dominate physically imposing or fast fighters, but she manages to squeak out these wins with her tenacity. Yeah, that's true. Her tenacity is a big part of her winning. She's scrappy. She's tough. She's never really been like a physically strong fighter either. Like she's just been kind of coming up in that. But like Barber's not really one that can just physically dominate either. You know, like she did that to the older fighters, but she's not really that type of specimen either. Yeah, it's really her dog that keeps her in these fights, and you know her punching power, and now that she's kind of working on her technique, that's going to help her. But she's not really physically strong like Tyler or even Manon Furo. Like Manon, everybody knows her as a striker, but when Manon gets in a clinch, she's pretty dang strong. You know, like she is strong. She will take you down, and she can press you, and she will ground and pound you. So even Aaron is strong. You know, Aaron is physically strong. Like Aaron has a very physical presence about her where she can push you and pick you up and turn into this, you know, monster in there, you know. Sink said wouldn't consider Aaron an up and comer anymore. No, she's not up and comer anymore. You know, she's in there now. So yeah. Sink is Natalia, yeah, she's more of an up and comer, but yeah, Aaron's not anymore. She's already in there. J Ball said I still consider Macy as an up and coming because she's so young. Only difference is that she's doing it in UFC instead of regional promotions. Yeah, she's still not in that realm with Aaron. But she be talking about her, boy. She be talking about her like she be talking about her like it's she knows. Hold on. Somebody delete a comment about I think Lolita timed out James by mistake. I think Lolita timed out James by mistake. Let's see. Since I don't know, I said someone last time, but I forgot. I thought she fought the grapples out already, so striker would be dope. Yeah, she's fought grapplers already. If you're talking about Natalia Silva, so now taking on a striker would be nice. A striker that can get takedowns. No, you just have to let the timeout run through. He'll be back. Aaron would mop the floor with Macy. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's all Aaron right there. Aaron advanced so much quicker just because of her mindset. Like she's not over the top. Like I like the fact that Macy's tough and she'll go all out, but there needs to be a balance. Aaron has still a no nonsense thing about her. You know what I mean? Like Aaron is still in touch with reality. That's why she gets better, I think. Casey O'Neill, Macy, they're kind of in that up and coming realm. Still got some things to prove. Still got some tests. So we'll see. But yeah, man, I just think, this fight this past Saturday, I think it did something for the division. It was good. You get to see where Andrew Lee is now. You get to see where Macy is. Macy needs to improve on takedown defense, her stance, um, fighting off of her back. Grappling is still a big part of her improvement on her. It's still on her top level of her improvement list to me. But her striking looked good. Striking definitely looked good. I thought her striking looked good in this fight. And I say that because I really thought Andrea Lee was going to have the advantage at a distance. But no, she looked good. Marcus Bell, what's up, man? She definitely looked good. Yeah, still wait. Yeah, James, he'll be back in 300 seconds. I mean, I'm not counting right now, but he'll be back. Okay. So yeah, that's how I looked at it. That's how I looked at it. I'm gonna keep it that way. It's just the fact that it just, to me, didn't go the way certain people wanted it to go because of how they rate things. So according to Zaman, since I agree with the decision, I don't like grapplers now. Well, I guess you don't like strikers, right? Since Macy won. I mean, if that's how you want to look at it, I'm fine. Marcus said, did I catch the Medusa BJJ tournament? No, I just saw some clips on IG. I didn't catch it. Was Fatima Klein back in there again? I didn't catch it this time. Let's see. This is all female tournament. Medusa, for some of y'all that don't know, I probably will get it. I'll probably go back and look at it. Which one did I see? I saw, what is her name? Hannah Goldie was up in there. And yeah, I believe Fatima Klein was in this one, but yeah, I missed it. I missed it. I saw a little bit of the mixed grappling where Hannah Goldie was slapping the crap out of somebody. I was like, dang, she was open handing somebody. I was like, I thought this was just pure grappling, but then I looked, it was like mixed, right? She was up in there like slapping somebody across the face. Like, yeah, that was all I really caught of it was Hannah Goldie. Oh, Fatima lost this time. Okay. Well, I mean, that's high level grappling right there. You know what I mean? That's how you get better. I mean, I don't see too many of the girls in Invicta submitting her, but that just shows you she's in there with some top level girls, and you win some and you lose some. This is in, pure jiu-jitsu, so it's expected. Robert Henry, what's up? He said Macy Barber's logic is the best fight logic. You can't hate the girl for trying, no. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, her logic makes the game interesting, man. Like, you want to keep a fighter like Macy around. And to me, like I said, flyweights are still impressing because, she's coming through and still talking her junk, still putting on a good fight. We can't knock it. You know what I mean? Like, the fight was still entertaining. And yeah, like you said, her logic makes it all the more entertaining. All the more entertaining. All right, let's see. About 18 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button. And what else we got? Macy Barber, though. This is where her fight logic it just goes out the door, though, man. When she continues to scream out Alexa Grasso's name. I'm like, I give her a lot of credit, man. Like she's chasing the champion, but she's chasing a fight that she just ain't ready for, man. Like she keeps on calling for this Alexa Grasso fight, and she's just not ready for that. You know, it'll be the same thing, but maybe a little bit worse. Let me see. Let me pull this article up here. Because Macy Barber, let's see, Macy Barber aims to wreck everyone on her path to Alexa Grasso. She wants to wreck everybody. Okay. Before she can do that, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And from the from the Grasso fight to her current fight, I don't see those type of improvements. I was impressed with her work in this fight, like the improvement that she made, outstriking Andrea Lee. But the way she was on her back, come on, Alexa Grasso would do the same thing. She would do the same thing to her, maybe worse. She probably submitted her this time. So what I'm saying is Macy hasn't made that many changes from the last Grasso fight into to now. Like she's not even in the top 5 yet. So you can't even talk about one that back. I mean, even on her way up, the girls that she claims she's gonna wreck, I don't know if she's gonna wreck too many of these fighters. Like, can she wreck Chikagan? I don't know. Lauren Murphy might be the only one I think she would have a chance because of the way that they match up in styles. But shoot, if Andrea Lee was taking her down, Chikagan might outpoint her and take her down. And you know who I'm gonna go in that fight. Robert Henry know who I'm picking in Chikagan Barber fight. I might have to pick Chikagan in that fight. That's gonna piss people off, but I might have to pick Chikagan against Macy Barber. Now, if Macy Barber actually won, fine. That means she won. She's giving us new blood, but I might have to pick Chikagan. I see Chikagan taking Macy down multiple times, maybe even outstriking her. Hang on one second. I want to read something. Gotta read something. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Yeah, Chikagan will shoot. Yeah, shoot will shoot. That's right. Shoot will choke her, man. Listen to Robert Henry. I knew I would get him with that one, man. Caitlin Chikagan will put it on Macy Barber. I don't see her knocking Macy Barber out, man. Brian Williams, what's up? He said Macy's reaching. That fight with Grasso wasn't even close. Nah, that wasn't even close, man. Like, if she want to give somebody a close fight, give Miranda Maverick her rematch. If you want to close the book on a particular competitive fight Miranda Maverick again. Because she knows she didn't win that fight. But Grasso clearly beat her. Okay, Macy, I give her the third round. But outside of the third round, Grasso clearly won that fight. And still, even though she lost that third round, still looked miles better than Macy in any department. Any department in that fight. I mean, the dog and Macy was there, but outside of that, no, like she just got outclassed in that fight. So what I'm saying is Macy Barber hasn't improved in that amount of time to actually even think she can run through any of these girls to get there. I think Macy's the type of fighter that remains motivated. No other woman in the history of that division will ever say something like that. At least she's hungry. Yeah, that's what keeps it going. That's why I said you gotta like it. Like, I will disagree with some of the things he says, and I'll debate it and counter it with reality. But deep down, I'm like, okay, do you, Macy Barber, go ahead, keep talking. Because a quiet division isn't a very good division. The fans want to hear people talk. So as long as she keep it going. Let's see. Props for Holly Holm for coming out like she did. Yeah, Holly Holm did put on a good performance this time. I give her that. Holly Holm looked like she wanted to finish. She couldn't finish her, but she wanted to make a statement. I don't know what happens from here though. You know, she's pretty much fought everybody, so I don't know when she gets this title shot she's looking for. I don't know. Yeah, James, you got timed out by mistake by Lolita. She's been apologizing to you. So, did you accept her apology? Excuse me. Mindless charging and air punching from Macy in a Chikagan fight. Lolita said, James, forgive her. Yeah, total props for Holly for coming out. If she has the desire, her body cooperates, all respect. Yeah, if she has the desire, I mean, she signed 6 fights. I mean, she got 5 more, if that, to do whatever she wants. I'm not going to knock her. I was always a fan of her, but I just don't want to see her get hurt. But if there's still some fighters she can beat in this division. The thing is, I don't think it's good for the division if she beats these fighters. Okay, like I don't think it's good. She runs through some of these girls on the come up. Macy Barber isn't the type of fighter to do something like learning to throw a slightly better and improve takedown defense by 20%. Be like, I'm ready for the title. Yeah. Like I said, man, if she keep talking and she talking about wrecking fighters, they're gonna put her in there with Santos or Chikagan next. Watch. Put her in there with Santos. Who do you think she should fight next? So, like, logically, like, I keep pushing Santos' name out there because I want to see Santos do some damage. No, I'm just playing. Put Santos in there with Barber and watch Santos do some serious damage. No, seriously though, who's some good names? Macy should probably fight Jennifer Maia next. Arujo's a good name. Or no. Let's look at the division here. Macy should probably fight Jennifer Maia, Lauren Murphy, or Caitlin Chikagan. Because if she beat Andrea Lee, she's probably number 11 or 10 now. So Chuk, Murphy, or Maya is a good name for her. Because they made her fight the number 3 in Santos. That I don't want to see that. Because I know she wouldn't win it, but that wouldn't be fair. J Ball said Maya's a bit too soon for Macy. Are you serious? You think a number 8 is too soon for Macy? Macy's going to be ranked number 10 or 11 next week. You think my Jennifer Maia is too soon for her now? She in the shark pit now, man. Them 3 names are all ranked next to each other, 6, 7, and 8. You think Jennifer Maia is too soon for her, man? Hey, she better go ahead and get. She wanted it. She gonna get it. Tyler and Manon are too soon for her, but Jennifer Maia is just right. I picked Jennifer Maia to win, but you know what I mean. I mean, these names is right here, and you right there. Shoot, you gonna fight. That's the only way you can get better. Yeah, Sink said Miranda and Macy running it back. I wouldn't mind at some point. At some point, that's not a bad idea. But I think Miranda has to get a ranking first. Lauren, I see her winning that fight a little bit more so. He said she should fight Lauren. Besides that, keep her away from everybody else instead of her. I want to see. I want to see some improvements, man. So I got to see her in there with any of those 3. But if it was Maya, I see what you're doing. J Ball said I want Macy to get favorable matchups. He trying to move her. He trying to move her right. Move her like Mackenzie Dern was moved. J Ball said, no, I don't want Maya to be here. Well, that's her time to step it up. I would pick Maya to win, but don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised if she wins. Robot Chicken, what's up, man? Robot Chicken in the building. Then you got Stray in the building. What's going on, Australia? Running Rini in here. A lot of y'all WMMA fans in here. Just trying to match up Macy Barber. Any of them three names. I mean, of course, they're all ranked next to each other, but one is a little bit more dangerous. Yeah, Maya's definitely a lot more dangerous than Murphy, but so is Chikagan. Chikagan makes her look bad. But that's the only way I'm going to know how good she is, because if she doesn't fight one of them two, or one of those two really, and then she gets moved up, she's going to get wiped by the much cleaner fighters like Manon and Tyler. Yeah, James said she's got many options. Yeah, any of those girls that you, Ebos too. Somebody, I think Brian said Ebos. Yeah, Ebos is a name. Ebos definitely, to me, could win on the ground in that fight, but I don't know, man. Can Ebos take that power? Let me think. Let me see. If Ebos fought Barber the way she fought Arujo, would she win? Because Arujo did touch her up. Like, she looked like she was in a fight. Like, when Ebos fought Arujo, yeah, she did get touched up in that fight. So I'm wondering, can she take Macy Barber's power like that? I think J-Ball said Chikagan would beat Macy pretty badly. Yeah. I mean, I can see her just taking her down and then just like shoe shining her. Not even like doing like a lot of damage, just making her look bad. I think Maya's grappling is likely the biggest threat to Barber. Macy's power could be the equalizer. Yeah. But Maya's tough to rattle, has pop in her punch as well. Yeah. And her footwork might give Barber trouble. Them combinations she put together too could be some trouble. Let's see. How do you think Maya would do against Aaron? That's a good fight, man. Like, I think Maya. I think Maya has a good chance to win that fight, because I still think her striking is better than Aaron. Her hand speed is, but Aaron's been improving. I think Maya's a tough girl for any of these fighters, but I think, she would be a tough fight for Aaron. I can see Aaron winning the fight if it goes to the ground. I could even see her jab being a problem for Jennifer Maia at times. Like, when she really starts to use her timing, and she'll put some force behind that jab. Like, Aaron won't just be chasing Jennifer Maia like Casey O'Neill. I think Aaron's going to find a game plan on Maia. So I think Aaron would win by decision, but it could be one of them close ones. It could be one of those close ones, but I would still have to favor Aaron, because I think she's kind of got that level like these other girls that, she just gets better and she'll find a way to win. If Maya done beat two lower ranked fighters and she wants to fight up, shoot, Maya Aaron might be in the making too. Straight said Barber versus Casey or Ebos. Okay, if you want to give her a good fight, give her a good measure stick, I would say give her Ebos or Maya. Ebos Merc Vivian, so I'm sure she'll beat Macy. Huh. She did beat. Yeah, she beat. But Viviana Rujo is different though. Like, Viviana Rujo is not a 3-round fighter like Macy. They're different now. Arujo is different. Like, Macy's different. That's what I'm trying to say. Macy is different than Arujo. Like, Macy, always dangerous. Arujo, she can be, but I think Macy never stops trying. Macy's technical skills and her stand-up game looks like she's really trying harder, and like she's not just following anymore. You know, she's not just trying to swing for the fences. She's actually setting shots up. So J-Ball said I can see Ebos dominating and then getting KO'd. Yeah, you kind of read my mind. Like I can kind of see that happening, man. Yeah, Maya's a black belt. She is a black belt, but hey, Chikagan beat her when she was a brown belt, I believe. Yeah, because Caitlin Chikagan is a black belt now. Aaron Blanchfield's a black belt, but you know, Caitlin Chikagan, she took Maya down, and she wasn't able to do anything with it. You know, that was when she was a brown belt. Yeah, I'm rooting for these younger flyweights to finally start going places, but the top tier of the division is still pretty strong. But Blanchfield doing big things. Yeah, Blanchfield's, but that's a good thing. You know, Blanchfield's doing big things, but you know, she's part of it. You know, she's part of that new crew, so that's good. And Grasso's part of the new crew, in my opinion. You know, she's only 29 and she's the new champion, so she's definitely part of it. Like the whole division is new now. It's full of young girls, right? They're starting to close in now. They're taking over. They're pretty much taking over. Yeah, all black belts aren't made equal. You know, they're not. It's almost at my end of the second round. Chikagan rematch had Shevchenko Grasso almost got choked out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it doesn't really matter what the belt degree, the degree of the belt in MMA. You know, because I think Chikagan still was able to do some crazy things in there. And, you know, she works with Aaron too. So she's trained with Aaron. So she probably knows some things that she knows and kind of can work off of that. Andrea Lee versus Natalia Silva, that's a good fight. Gatto next to get some more new blood, right? Yeah, that's a good fight. I don't know what's up with Tracy Cortez, but yeah, Cortez Lee is a good fight. But yeah, Natalia Silva and Andrea Lee's got to do what Jennifer Maia does. You know, now she has to fight two lower ranked fighters to try to get back in the mix. And she got to look good beating them. All right. Now she's got to fight. Yeah, Natalia Silva's a good name. Well, let's see if Natalia Silva can strike her. You know, if she can stop them takedowns. Let's see if she can piece her up. That's gonna be an interesting fight. When is Natalia Silva's next fight being announced? Like they announced fights for some of these other girls quick, but we still waiting. You mean Macy finally said no punches? Yeah. She ain't throw no shadow punches, Robert. She ain't throw no shadow punches. Barely in the air against Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee was throwing shadow kicks. Lipsky versus Barber. Lipsky versus Barber. I'm gonna go with Barber. I was kind of thinking of some things that Lipsky done well, but I don't know if she could do that with Barber. Barber might turn into the grappler in that fight and take her down. Might knock Lipsky out too. Lipsky disappointed me in that Cachoeira fight, man. Robot Chicken crazy. He said Val is done. Oh man, come on, y'all. J Ball said, did y'all see Carla's pregnancy announcement? Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. Yep. Got a baby on the way, so she probably won't come back till like early 2024, mid 2024, which is fine. You know, which is fine. Suarez might come in and steal that ranking. James Press, I'll ask the question for the fifth time. If someone stuffs all of Aaron's takedowns, how successful would she be on the feet? It all depends on how much she's improved in her stand-up. I mean, she could still be successful. I mean, you see she got a submission win, a standing submission against JJ, I mean, her jujitsu is not just um it's just not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna think of the word here. I'm just why can't I think of the word? It's a word I use all the time. Her is not exclusive to the ground. I'm gonna just use that. Her jiu-jitsu is not just exclusive to the ground. I mean, she can find a way to submit you when you're standing too. So if you stuff her takedowns, she'll still find a way to win. Like she's strong against the cage, pretty decent wrestler. I mean, she can control you on the feet. Um, and like I said, it all depends how much her striking has improved whenever she's in those type of fights, man. But I still think she wins that fight, James. I mean, she's not like Mackenzie Dern. She's not that limited, you know. Sink said both beat JJ. Oh, Lipsky and Aaron. Sink said dynamic. Not dynamic. I think yeah, what I was saying, her BJJ is not just something that she uses on the ground. Because you know, Aaron wasn't. I mean, JJ wasn't even on the ground. You know, she just stuck her head out and gave it to her. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say she just gave it to her, but Robert Henry says she's the worst with that noise. Shoot, Holly Holm showed her how it was done with them takedowns. Michelle Waterson versus Luana Pinheiro. I'm kind of going with Waterson in this fight. I mean, Pinheiro does have that judo. We'll see if Waterson is motivated though, because I think Waterson does have the better stand up. But let's see if she's got some quickness. Let's see if she gets taken down and controlled. Luana got a little power to her punches, kind of sloppy, but she's got heavy hands. I'm kind of picking Waterson for that one. I know a lot of people want to see Waterson done, but hey, opportunistic grappling. That's what Zama says. Yeah, Aaron's BJJ is way more effective than Dern's. Yeah, that's why I don't see it being limited. Like, it's not limited to the ground. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there we go. Aaron's BJJ is not limited to the ground. That's how I want to put it. It's not limited to the ground. It's not like whenever she can't get you down and she can't still find a way to submit you. All right. Yeah, but it depends on how tall her opponents are. If she might have a hard time submitting taller girls like Winona and Tyler standing up. Yeah, but she could still find ways to win. Is my point too. Like when he was asking me, like if her takedowns are stopped, I still think she has other ways to win. Like if her striking is improved, she can still win in another um in another fashion besides just going for ground game. You know, she could still clinch or control on the feet. But those are tough fighters though. Those two are tough though. Yeah, like I don't see her submitting those two like with ease, but still, as far as like standing control could still be a problem in that type of fight. James says so Santos Aaron right now is 50-50. No, I'd still give the edge to Santos. I would still give Santos the edge to me. Not by much. Robot Chicken said he don't see Macy becoming champion. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. Yeah, she's a good fighter. I mean, she definitely holds her own in the division and keeps it exciting. But right now, with what she's up against, I don't really see her taking a picture with that belt. I mean, for Alexa Grasso to get the belt, like she just showed up and showed this whole different side of herself. Like, but then again, like the one thing I always said about Grasso, her skills are there, but it was just that other part of her that we didn't ever see her really go after it. But her skills were always. That's why you can say, okay, if she turns it up here, Grasso can definitely be holding that belt if she gets a chance, right? But with the way Macy's looking, technically, I see her beating some other fighters in the division, but I don't really see her being like this dominant fighter yet and holding the belt. Like, I mean, she's only 23, 24, right? So anything can change, but I don't see it. I can see Aaron in the top 3 holding the belt, but not Macy right now. That goes for like fighters like Casey O'Neill too. I'm not just trying to be mean. I'm not just putting the spotlight on Macy. There's other fighters out there that can't. I don't see holding the belt yet. So you have Santos above Aaron for now. Where do you have Manon between these other two? Manon still at the top before Santos and Aaron for you. Let's see. Yeah, I would still say she's over Aaron. It kind of teeters between Santos and Manon, but since Manon did win the number 1 contender, I would still put her as the number 1. And it's been about 9 months, going on 10 since Santos's last fight, right? Yeah, it's gonna be hard for a lot of the fighters to hold a belt, though. That's the thing. Like, it's kind of like Weili's division right now. Like, Weili has the possibility to do it, but can she do it? And if she doesn't, we wouldn't be surprised, right? Because we know the talent in the division. Like, flyweight is becoming like strawweight now. Marcus Bill, I see what you sent me. Okay. Tim Witherspoon. Okay, James Ball said Manon popped up 0.2 seconds both times. Aaron can definitely get that belt right now. Maya took Manon. I thought Manon took Maya down. If I remember correctly, I remember Manon getting some takedowns in that fight. I remember her being stronger against the cage too. Santos is in an interesting position right now. Is she going to stay at 125 or Hamzat her way between 2 divisions? I hope she don't, man. I think she's picking 115. 115 is on her mind, and I hope she stays there. Just stay there, right? James, her style and process is superior to Santos, but we still need to consider size and physicality. Yeah, when it comes to pure technique, yeah, when her pure technique, Blanchfield's pure technique, I would give her the edge. But overall, like pure MMA fighter, I still give Santos the edge as a complete fighter. That could be more damaging and effective all the way around. But Aaron is catching up though. So Sink said they both did. What Hamza? Oh yeah. Okay, they both got takedowns. I got you. Yeah, they both got takedowns. You said the fact that Maya took her down once is worrisome if you're going against Aaron. I don't really say it's worrisome if she got her down once. I mean, it's kind of expected. I think it depends on the circumstance at the time. Like, I got to go back and look at the fight. Like, what was the position? Like, if anything, I'm gonna bring this up, Saint, but Manon might want to be careful with that pullback with her hand down, because you see how Jennifer Maya with the head kick came in and landed it on Manon. Aaron's got a head kick. So we keep thinking of jiu-jitsu. You know me, I'm watching these fights and I'm watching what girls be working on. So I'm just kind of being real. I'm putting it all out here. Aaron's got a good head kick. And if you try to pull back, don't do the pullback. Like, only Floyd Mayweather can do the pullback. And even then, we talking like punches, but when you can't pull back against kicks. Like, do not pull back. You're not gonna beat the the kick, okay? Like you're not gonna pull back out of reach of a full kick, you know. I don't care how short and stubby the girl's legs are. I mean, not Aaron's, I'm just saying in general, but that long leg comes up. Chikagan Carter once, Chikagan Carter once. So don't be surprised if Aaron was to use head kicks in this situation, and she's keeping her eyes open on, all these opportunities. So she might not look for a takedown. She might look for the head kick and say, "It's here." She used it in other fights before. She's tried in other fights. It's there. So I'm just looking at that weakness there, like in Manon. Like if she pulls back with that chin open, that head kick might come in. So, and that's how these fighters match up. I'm just saying they just got different things. They got different things that you have to look at that they're working on. Like you think Aaron might submit her. Hell, Aaron might land something big on the feet. Jennifer Maya could have had more moments on the ground, but she had good moments on the feet against Manon. Those are just fighters that have well-rounded skills to me. Okay, Sink said also that head kick Maya landed on Manon. Manon was out of position, so I think it was either off a clinch. It was off a clinch. It was off a clinch. Like no, I want to say it was off a clinch or like getting up because I remember like her trying to get to her knee off her knee, or like she was pushing off, and then Jennifer Maya was like already in position, and that head went right up. That kick went up. I think it was either off a clinch or getting up from the ground. Manon had her eyes away from her opponent, facing away. Yeah. Hold on. Colstrom said Barber contradicted herself. She'll probably stay at 125 since Grasso got the belt. But if somebody else get the belt, Macy will run to 115. I mean, she's been in this division now for a while. She might as well just stay here. 125, just go ahead and stay. Macy, just stay. Like, don't even, don't waste your time, man. Just go ahead and do your thing here. You're already talking this junk, and you got all these other fighters looking to fight you now. So yeah, got cracked with that shin. Yeah. So that's something she got to look out for against Aaron. Aaron's got a good head kick, good high kick. Lolita said, my problem with Barber and Lee is that so many critics of WMMA, their performance proved their point. It was a mediocre fight. It was okay, but not anything worth really watching. Yeah, it was a good fight. I mean, it's not one to put in the books or anything like that, right? It was a good fight, but it's not one that's gonna deter me, away or turn me away from watching it, WMA because of the decision. So many people got so caught up in the decision saying, oh, it's robbery, this and that, but they get disgusted. But it wasn't really like that, It'll just go down as another good fight, Like it wasn't, it definitely wasn't on like a Whaley Joanna type of level, like that type of fight or anything like that. But it was still a good fight, I wouldn't say like mediocre, like you said, but I think it was a good fight. Like it was entertaining. Like you can turn it on and watch it. Like if it comes on again, I'll watch it. Andrade and Blanchfield was, much more one of those hype fights, though. Let me see. Yeah, Lupi might beat Calvillo. Lupi probably will beat Calvillo, I think. She's got the skills and the strength to do it. I'm not sure what Calvillo's going to look like at 115. Will she make weight? That's the question, right? But I'm about to check out of here a little bit early, y'all. I just want to get on and talk about, what was going on with this fight a little bit and what's next for these girls. But I think we pretty much wrapped it up here. Just an hour today. I'm hungry. So, yeah, good show. Good live stream with y'all. What's coming up this weekend? Leah McCourt and Kat Zingano, Bam Bam, and I can't think of the other girl's name. Bam Bam is fighting. We don't have another card until April 8th. Next card is on April 8th, and that's the Piera Adesanya fight. Yeah, because that has Calvillo Lupi on it. Oh, Sam Hughes and Jacqueline Amram is on that card. Yeah, okay. All strawweight fights. Michelle Waterson Pinheiro. All strawweight fights next in a couple of weeks, right? I think Sam's gonna win. I think Sam, Lupi, and Waterson might pull out their victories here. A month ago, Macy said after crushing Aaron, moved to 125. Now I want a rematch with Grasso. If the Bullet still had the belt, I don't think she would have said that, right? Kelquist said home fight was a snooze, but she had a great message in her interview. Yeah, I didn't think it was too much of a snooze fest. It was okay. Like it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I think Holly Holm, it wasn't. Now that fight was definitely, I would say, like pushing mediocre. But to me, as a fight fan, I didn't really find it boring. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. It wasn't a snooze fest. I'm trying to think of a real snooze fest. The Valentina Carmouche, that's a snooze fest to me. Yana versus Ketlin was a snooze fest, but this fight wasn't really a snooze fest to me. I thought it was entertaining. I thought Holly landed some good shots and she was interested on the ground. She was really striking. She was working. She was busy in there. It was a busy fight. She didn't get the finish, but I thought it was pretty entertaining for the most part. Yeah, Robot said it wasn't a snoozer. I mean, he said Holly was aggressive than the last time. Yeah. Malia said I like the Holly fight. Yeah, I like the Holly fight. I mean, Yana came out trying to clinch up. Wasn't bad, It was okay. It was okay. Especially with Holly coming back after the illness she had and coming off a loss. Brian said, yeah, notice Macy on ain't calling out Aaron. She's such a moron. Dang. He said their beef, the obvious call out. It's the obvious call out too, man. It was crazy as Manon is calling Aaron out. They don't even know each other like that. They don't even have beef. Manon is the one calling Aaron out. If Manon wanted to, she could go ahead and call for the belt because she's already number one. But Manon is the one actually saying, yo, let me fight Aaron. And she said, hey, Aaron ain't on this level. She's over, she's calling him. But, Macy saying certain things about Aaron, but she ain't calling Aaron out. She could say, yo, Aaron, let's do it. You got the spot I want. So let's do it. If Aaron was an average fighter, like Macy said, she would call her out. Right? Yeah, Rose Caller too. That's ultimate snooze fest. Yeah, Kat Zingano, Lee McCourt. I got Kat winning that fight. And Pam Bam winning her fight. Yeah, Straya said he was pissed there's no call outs. Yeah, there was no call outs. She should have called out Aaron. Just to do it. Valerie Loretta. Valerie, oh man, she's gone from the world of WMMA. She's doing wrestling now, right? When it comes to Aaron, seems like Macy's talking underneath the covers. Pretty much, man. It just don't click that fight can be made by calling her out. Holly, no call outs. Yeah, I respect Holly's decision though. I respect Holly. Holly don't need to call anybody out. Holly fought everybody. If you give Holly the fight, she'll fight. You know, Holly's the only fighter I give a pass with no call outs. Like, they put her on for Pena, she was going to do it. She was willing to fight at featherweight as well. She would have fought Norma Dumont. She'll fight anybody. So, you know, Holly, I think at this point, it's just about giving her somebody that can give her title shot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Holly's the only one I give a pass because you look at her resume, she done fought everybody. Darby says Manon calling out Aaron because she thinks Aaron, with all the hype, might get next title shot over Manon. I think so. It's highly possible, and that's smart. You know what I mean? Like, that's smart. So again, she doesn't have to, but she's willing to. When Macy was talking most junk, so why wouldn't she call her out? You know what I mean? Like, so at least Manon says, "Hey, I'm gonna take this fight because this girl might jump in front of me and get this title shot." And she's not gonna fight for the title right away anyway. So that would be the name to take. Genesis, what's going on? GG. I'm about to close this thing out here in a minute. Straight said nobody interested in home Chelsea Chandler. Not really. I want to see Chelsea fight Macy Chiasson. Yeah, let her fight Macy Chiasson first. Maybe Panny. You know, home. That's a big jump, man. Home is number 3, man. I'd rather see Chelsea Chandler fight Jocelyn Nunez first. That's a lot of experience in there. You know, that's a lot of experience. I ain't trying to see that yet. Future fight for me would be Julia Avila and Chelsea. Yeah, that's a good fight. I miss Julia Avila. Where's she? I mean, I know where she's been. She was injured, but she also had a baby. But can't wait till she comes back. You heard Dana kind of blew off the question about booking Chev Grasso too. No, I didn't hear that. You got the link for it? Put the link in like my last video. I'm about to close this thing out. I keep saying that, but I am this time. All right, hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'll catch y'all sometime this week. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.